शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कठोपनिषद अध्याय 1 वल्ली 2 मंत्र 15। सर्वे वेदा यत्पदमामनन्ति तपागुंसि सर्वाणि च यद्वदन्ति यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण ब्रवीमि। ओमित्येतत्। In the previous mantra, Nachiketa stated his question once again. Anyatra dharmat ityadi. Now, the main part of the teaching begins with this mantra. Initially, Yama introduces upasanam, meditation. He does not teach the Swarupa, the Atma Swarupa, the Swarupa of the Atma, 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 the Swarupa of the in the beginning. Instead of starting with the Atma Swarupa, Yama describes an upasanam in the following 3 mantras, 15, 16 and 17. The upasanam is based on Om, Omkara. It is also called Pranavaha, Omkara or Pranava. Omkara is introduced as an alambanam. Alambanam literally means a support. When we meditate, when we do upasanam, we make use of an alambanam, a support. In upasanam, we have to focus our mind on something. Something which facilitates the focus of mind. Something on which we can focus the mind on. It is called alambanam. There are various types of alambanam. One type of alambanam is pratika. Pratika is a symbol. There can be various types of symbols. Shivalinga is a symbol, a pratika. Shalagrama is another symbol. Symbol for Vishnu. In the symbol, you invoke the Ishvara and meditate. Likewise, there are sound symbols. Pratika in the form of sound, in the form of Shabda. Various mantras or various syllables can serve as pratika. Even Omkara, Om, serves as a pratika for meditation. One can invoke the Ishvara in Omkara. When you chant Om, you can look upon the Om itself as Brahman. It is a form of meditation. So, Om serves as a pratika for Brahman, for Ishvara. In pratika, you do the aropa of abheda. Abheda aropa is done. For example, when you worship Shivalinga, Shivalinga is a pratika. But you look upon the Shivalinga as Shiva himself. There is Abheda. This is Shiva. That is how you worship Shivalinga. There is Abheda Aropa. That is how a pratika serves as an alambanam. Then there is another form of alambanam, vachaka. Vachaka is another alambanam. Vachaka is a name. In vachaka, you don't do the aropa of abheda. You don't look upon the vachaka itself as the Ishvara. Vachaka is used as a tool to remember. You repeat the vachaka. When you repeat the vachaka, the vachya, Ishvara, is reminded. That is another form of meditation. For example, you chant Rama, Ramanama, and the Ramanama reminds you of Rama. Ramanama is used as a means to remember Rama, to fix our mind on Rama. You may not look upon the name itself as Rama. Then it is vachaka. It is another form of alambanam. So pratika is one form of alambanam, and vachaka is another form of alambanam. There are other forms of alambanam also, like pratima. Pratima is another alambanam. It is not even pratika. So pratima means it has hands and legs. It has an anthropomorphic shape. What you find in the temples are pratika. Pratima. The image. It is another form of alambanam. So we have pratima, pratika, vachaka. These are various types of alambanam. Used for upasanam, used for meditation. Now, Omkara. Om is a sound, shabda. This shabda, Om, it serves both as pratika as well as vachaka. You can choose to make use of Om as a pratika, as a symbol. You look upon the Om itself as Brahman, as Ishvara, and meditate on Om. When I say Om, I am not referring to the script Om. You are not imagining or visualizing the script Om. The Shastra never speaks about the script Om. It is a sound. Om as the sound, because Omkara is Akshara. It is a syllable, a sound. One chants Om, and the very sound Om is looked upon as Brahman. The very syllable Om, which consists of Varna, is meditated on as Brahman. This is one form of meditation, using Omkara as Pratika. And the other form of meditation is using Om as Vachaka. Om is looked upon as the name of Brahman. In fact, the Shastras say it is the closest name of Brahman. Nedishtam Nama. It is the closest name of Brahman. Om. Therefore, one can chant Omkara and abide in the thought of Ishvara, in the thought of Brahman. It is another form of meditation, making use of Omkara as Vachaka. These are the two types of upasanas hinted at in these three mantras. And one more thing, there are two forms of Brahmans, Parabrahma and Aparabrahma. Parabrahma is Paramatma. The Brahman, as we understand in Vedanta, is Parabrahma. Param Brahma or Parabrahma. If you separate, it will become Param Brahma without compound. If you make a compound, if you make a samasa, Paramchatad Brahma Parabrahma, Karmadharaya samasa, it will become Parabrahma. That is why when we chant the shloka, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, some people will chant so, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, it is also correct. Or some people might chant Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, it is also correct. It can be either Parabrahma or Param Brahma. The Brahman that we talk about in Vedanta is Parabrahma. The same Parabrahma, when we look upon from the standpoint of the universe, the Brahman is Ishvara. Most often people wonder what is the difference between Brahman and Ishvara. The word Ishvara is a relation word. Ishvara is a relation word. Why do I say this? Because suppose someone says father, one cannot be intrinsically father. If I say I am father, naturally you will ask a question, father of who? Then I will have to show someone. So without a son, I cannot be father. Dasharatha is a father. Father of who? Whose father? Rama's father. Likewise, Ishvara is also in relation to someone. Ishte iti Ishvaraha. Ishvara means ruler, sustainer. Sustainer of who? The Jagat, the universe. Therefore, in relation to the universe, he is Ishvara. From the standpoint of the universe, he is Ishvara. Because the Vedanta introduces Brahman as the cause of the universe. Jagat Karana. Yato va imani bhutani jayante. Yena jatani jivanti. As a sustainer. And yat prayantyabhisamvishanti. Finally, where the universe goes and resolves, it is Brahman. Brahman is introduced as the cause and sustainer of the universe. In relation to the universe, then Brahman is called Ishvaraha. Ishvara and Brahman are not two different things. In his own Swarupa, we call him Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. In his own Swarupa, he is called Brahman. But when we look at the universe, as a sustainer of the universe, as a cause of the universe, he is Ishvaraha. Now one more point here. In his own Swarupa, Brahman is Nirgunaha. There is no guna, no attributes in Brahman. Ekameva Dvitiyam, one without a second. In one without a second, there is no guna. There are no attributes. But when we talk about Brahman as the cause of the universe, Brahman cannot become the cause of the universe in his own nature. Therefore, we have to accept an upadhi. The upadhi which makes Brahman the cause of the universe is Maya. Because of Maya, Brahman becomes the cause of the universe. because it is Maya which enables the projection of the universe on Brahman. Therefore, Maya Upadhi, associated with the Maya, Brahman becomes Ishvara. And when he is associated with Maya, he gets gunas, he gets attributes. What are the attributes? He becomes a Sarvajna, all knowledge, because the Maya consists of all information. Because of the association with the Maya, he becomes a Sarvajna. In his own nature, he is not even Sarvajna. Because there is no Sarva. Then how can there be Sarvajna? He is not even Sarvajna. He is pure consciousness. That's all. Sarvajnaha. Sarvajnatva is one guna. Sarva Shaktimatva is another guna. He has all abilities, all potential to create everything. Sarva Shaktimatva, Sarva Niyantritva, so on and so on. You can keep on adding various gunas, keep on listing the gunas of Ishvara. In fact, he has all gunas, all Aishwarya, all Virya, everything. That is how he becomes a Saguna. The same Brahman, same Parabrahma, because of Maya, becomes a Saguna. That is what we meditate on. For Upasanam, the Saguna Brahma is prescribed. Nirguna Brahma cannot be meditated on, because for meditation you need visualization, you need gunas. In Nirguna Brahma there is no guna, and without guna you cannot visualize and you cannot meditate. So Parabrahma, Ishvara, is meditated on with the help of Omkara. Then there is something called Aparabrahma. Aparabrahma means Hiranyagarbha as well as Virat. Hiranyagarbha as well as Virat, they are Aparabrahma. They are Apara because they are Karya. They are effects. They are born of Parabrahma. From Parabrahma, from Ishvara, they are born in the beginning of Srishti. Therefore, they are called Aparabrahma. They are lower compared to Ishvara. Yet, they have various qualities, special qualities. the manifestation of Ishvara's guna are very much there in Hiranyagarbha as well as Virat. In fact, Hiranyagarbha and Virat, they are basically Jiva. They are basically Jiva, because the Jiva alone becomes Hiranyagarbha, and it is still a Jiva. And so is Virat. Yet, because of their superior upadhi, both Hiranyagarbha and Virat are Utkrishta upadhi. They have a superior upadhi, the upadhi which enables the manifestation of Ishvara's qualities in them. Therefore, even they can be meditated on as Ishvara. Therefore, even Aparabrahma Upasanam, meditation on Aparabrahma, is prescribed in the Shastras. And Yama says, the same Omkara can be made use of as an alambanam for Aparabrahma as well. If you want to meditate on Hiranyagarbha or Virat, also you can make use of the same Omkara. Now, what is the purpose of this upasana? Bhāshyakara says, there are various types of adhikaris. There is Uttama adhikari, a well qualified adhikari who has all the qualifications to a good extent. To an Uttama adhikari, one can directly teach the Atma Swarupa, the Nirguna Atma Swarupa, and it works for him. For an Uttama adhikari. But then there are Manda adhikaris and Madhyama adhikaris. Manda Madhyama adhikarinaha, he will say later on. One cannot teach them the Atma Tattva directly, because they are not ready yet to grasp the Atma Tattva directly. For such people, upasana is needed. They need to meditate on Saguna Brahma. And in due course of time, they will also become adhikaris and get the Atma Jnana. That is why Bhāshyakara is introducing upasana. Sorry, not Bhāshyakara, Shruti. In every Upanishad, almost every Upanishad, in the beginning, you will find upasanas meant for the adhikaris who are not ready to receive the Atma Jnana directly. They will get Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Ekagrata in due course of time. And then they will get Atma Jnana. See, the mantra Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti. So, in this mantra, Yama is introducing Om as the symbol of Brahman, as an alambanam for Brahman. First, he describes Brahman. Sarve Veda Yat Padam Amananti. Sarve Vedaha. All Vedas. Here we have to understand Vedanta, the final portion of the Veda. Yat Padam, which Pada? Pada means a destination, the goal which deserves to be reached, which deserves to be attained. Amananti, they speak of, they reveal. All Vedantas reveal the same Brahman which a mumukshu has to attain. Tapamsi sarvani cha yadvadanti. Sarvani tapamsi. All tapas. From the word tapas, we should understand all the karmas enjoined in the karma kanda. Tapas includes yajna, dana as well as tapas. Tapas also stands for yajna and dana. Sarvani tapamsi, all tapas, all the karmas enjoined in the karma kanda portion, yad vadanti, refer to which Brahman, yat padam, which pada, which destination, which goal, and the goal is Brahman. Vadanti, they refer to means it is the meaning of all the tapas. And meaning means a purpose. It is the purpose of all the tapas. Therefore, even the karma kanda is ultimately meant for arriving at Brahman. The previous statement said Jnana Kanda is meant for Brahman. Brahman is the purport of Jnana Kanda, Vedanta. Likewise, even the Karma Kanda, though it directly enjoins yajna, dana and tapas, even the yajna, dana and tapas are finally meant for understanding Brahman, attaining Brahman. Therefore, the ultimate purport of karma kanda is also Brahman. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti yat padam icchantaha, with the desire for which pada, with the desire for which goal, Brahman, brahmacharyam charanti, People follow brahmacharya. Tat padam, that pada, that goal, that destination, te sangrahena bravimi. I will tell you, I tell you in brief. Sangrahena, in brief, I tell you. And what is that pada? Om ityetat. It is Om. Bhāshyakara explains it. It is Om because its vachaka as well as pratika is Om. Thus Omkara is glorified as the very Brahman, being the vachaka and the pratika of Brahman. See the Bhāshya. Sambandha. Ityevam prashtavate mrityurvacha prashtam vastu visheshanantarancha vivakshan. Ityevam prashtavate. Ityevam prashtavate nachiketase. Nachiketa, who has asked so. Ityevam, in this manner. Anyatra dharmaditi ityadi. Prashtavate, one who has asked so. Mrityuhu uvacha. Mrityu, Yama said. With what intention Yama spoke? Prishtam vastu vivakshan. With the desire to reveal the vastu, the reality which has been asked. Prishtam vastu. And visheshanantarancha vivakshan. And with the desire to reveal other descriptions, other details that lead to the understanding of the vastu. Even upasanam is one such details. Omkara, which ultimately leads to the understanding of the vastu. Sarve Veda Yat Padam Padaniyam Gamaniyam Avibhagena Amananti Pratipadayanti Tapamsi Sarvani Cha Yadvadanti Yat Praptyarthanityarthaha Sarve Vedaha, all Vedaha, all Vedas. We have to understand the final portion of the Vedas. In fact, every Veda has an Upanishad portion at the end of the Veda. There are 1180 shakhas of the Veda. Each shakha has a Vedanta, an Upanishad. Therefore, totally there are 1180 Upanishads. Many of them are not available, but there were. All the Vedas. Yat Padam padam is equal to padaniyam, which deserves to be attained. Aniyar pratyaya. Padaniyam is equal to gamaniyam, that which deserves to be attained or reached. Praptavyam ityartha. Avibhagena. The word avibhagena in the Bhāshya can be connected with the previous one or the following one. If it is connected with the previous one, it will become avibhagena padaniyam, avibhagena gamaniyam. It will mean that which should be attained as non-different from oneself. Avibhagena, as non-different from oneself. Atmatvena. Or, if it connect with the following, avibhagena amananti. All the Vedas reveal the Brahman avibhagena, without any discord. This is the discussion in 4th Sutra of Brahma Sutras. Tattva Samanvayat. All Vedantas are unanimous in revealing Brahman. There is no discord among Vedas. Avibhagena amananti. Without any division, without any dispute, they reveal the same Brahman. Amananti is equal to pratipadayanti. They reveal Brahman. Tapamsi sarvani cha yadvadanti. Sarvani cha tapamsi. All tapas, all the karmas that are enjoined in the karma kanda, yadvadanti, what they speak, what they refer to, means it is the meaning of all the tapas. It implies that all the tapas are meant for attaining Brahman. Yad praptyarthani ityarthaha. Yad vadanti. The implied meaning is yad praptyarthani. They are meant for the attainment of which Brahman. Yadichantaha brahmacharyam gurukulavasalakshanam anyadva brahma praptyartham charanti tatte tubhyam padam yajñātumichhasi sangrahena sankshepataha bravimi omityetat yadichantaha yat padam ichhantaha. With the desire for which pada, with the desire for which destination, which goal. Brahmacharyam, gurukulavaasalakshanam brahmacharyam. Brahmacharya is characterized by gurukulavasa, staying in Gurukula. Anyadva, or another form of brahmacharya. Here, Gopala Yatindra gives some clarity. Gurukula Vasa Lakshanam Brahmacharyam. He says it is Naishthika Brahmacharya. In fact, there are 3 types of Brahmacharyas. We can talk of 3 types of Brahmacharyas. One is Upakurvana Brahmacharya. Upakurvana Brahmacharya is the compulsory Brahmacharya. Everyone has to lead a student's life, live in Gurukula for the education in one's early stage of life up to the age of 20 or 25. It is the first Brahmacharya, first stage of life, first ashrama. It is compulsory, no choice is given. The primary education. After Upakurvana Brahmacharya, some people may choose to take up a lifelong Brahmacharya, and they will prefer to stay in Gurukula. I will stay in Gurukula. I won't go back home, and I will lead the life of a Brahmachari, and I will study the Shastra and teach the Shastra in the Gurukula throughout my lifetime. He will not enter Grihastha, Garhasthya. He won't get married. So he will follow a disciplined life, a life of tapas in the Gurukula. And he takes an oath. Henceforth, I will live like a Brahmachari all my life. It is called Naishthika Brahmacharya. So, Gurukula Vasa Lakshanam, this Brahmacharya is Naishthika Brahmacharya. Upakurvana Brahmacharya cannot be taken, because Upakurvana Brahmacharya is not Yad Icchantaha. One doesn't have a choice. Whether you like it or not, Upakurvana Brahmacharya is compulsory. Going to school is compulsory nowadays. Nobody asks you, do you want to go to school? No choice. After school, it is your choice. Then Naishthika Brahmacharya. So this person says, I want to do more sadhana, studies. I am not interested in life of Grihastha. Then he continues in the Gurukula. So Naishthika Brahmacharya. Or Anyadva, or there can be another type of Brahmacharya. And Gopala Yatindra Swami says, Indra Virochanakhyaika Bhihita Brahma Vidyangam Brahmacharyam. It is Brahmacharya, Brahma Vidya Anga Brahmacharya. A Brahmacharya which is meant for Brahma Vidya. He has gone home after Upakurvana Brahmacharya, and then he is leading the life of a Grihastha. He might have become a king also, or he might have become a businessman, whatever. But then he feels the desire, I should get Brahmajnana. Because we should always remember that Brahmajnana is not included in the compulsory course of education. It is so even with the Vedic education. What is taught in the Vedic education? The chanting of the Veda and the meaning of the Veda, how to perform the karma, what are the values, all these are taught. But Brahma Vidya, Shavana, Manana, Nididhyasana, it is not taught in the regular course of education. It is based on one's choice. If someone wants to get Brahmajnana, then he will approach a guru who can teach Brahmajnana. So this person, after leading an ordinary life for a while, then he feels, I have to get Brahmajnana. And then he goes to Guru. And then the Guru says, if you want Brahmajnana, you will have to live like a Brahmajnani at least for some time. Sorry, as a Brahmachari, you will have to live the life of Brahmacharya at least for a while. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. Live like a Brahmachari. Then I will teach. You can find this in some Upanishads, like Prashnopanishad. 6 people approach Pippalada. They were all grihasthas. They were all karmaparaha. They were all performing karma. And then they approached Pippalada. And he said, they had some questions to ask. We have some questions to ask. Then Pippalada said, I won't answer your questions now. Stay for 1 year as brahmacharis in my ashrama and do service, do seva. Brahmachari, the life of a brahmachari includes so many disciplines. It includes a seva also. And after 1 year, you can ask questions. And Pippalada says, if I know the answer, I will tell you. That was how Pippalada made them remain for 1 year. And after 1 year, each one asked one question among the 6 disciples. And the 6 questions of each disciple and the answers to the 6 questions form the 6 sections of Prashnopanishad. That is why it is called Prashna Upanishad. Each one is asking question. So 6 questions. So Anyadva means it is not Naishthika Brahmacharya, but when a Grihastha seeks Brahmajnana, he goes to Gurukula and follows Brahmacharya for a length of time. That kind of Brahmacharya. According to Gopala Yatindra. Gurukula Vasa Lakshanam Anyadva Brahma Praptyartham, and both these Brahmacharya are followed by, for the sake of Brahma Prapti, attainment of Brahman. Charanti, people follow. Tatte Tubhyam Padam, Tat Padam, that Pada, that destination which is nothing but Brahman. Te is equal to Tubhyam. Tat means Yad Jnatum Ichhasi, the same thing you want to know. Tatte Sangrahena. Sangrahena is equal to Sankshepataha, in brief. Bravimi, I tell you. And he begins by telling the upasana, Om Ityetat. For Upasanam he is introducing the name as well as pratika of Brahman. Om Ityetat. It is Om. Om iti etat Brahma. Tat padam. Tat padam Om iti etat. Om iti etat tat Brahma. The Brahman is Om. Tadetat padam yad bubhutsitam tvaya yadetat Om iti Om shabdavachyam Om shabda pratikancha tadetat padam. The pada yad tvaya bubhutsitam, which you want to know. Bodhum ishtam bubhutsitam, which you want to know. Yadetat Om iti. It is Om. The Brahman is Om. What does Yama mean? Bhāshyakara explains. Om shabda vachyam Om shabda pratikancha. It is the vachya of Om Shabda. Brahman is the vachya of Om Shabda. The word Om. That means Om is the vachaka. If Brahman is the vachya, Om is the vachaka. Vachaka means the word which refers to. And vachya is the meaning which is referred to. Om Shabda Vachya means Om is Vachaka. And Om can be used as Vachaka of Brahman, and one can do meditation. Likewise, Om Shabda Pratika. Om Shabdaha Pratikaha yasya tat Om Shabda Pratikam. Om Shabda is the Pratika of Brahman. That means Om is the Pratika. Om can be used as Pratika for Brahman. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. No?